Hello guys, welcome back. Today in this video, we're going to look at how we can model a small bathroom. So first of all, I click this new and I select this template and I click on OK. First of all, as usual, we check our units. For that, I type UN and here we have 1235 mm. That means that our current unit is millimeter for length. So that's okay for me this time. So I click this OK. Then I go to the east elevation where you can see we have two levels. One is level one and zero level, and the second is level two and at 4,000. Let's change it to 3,000. That means that our current level two is 3 meter above the level one. Now we go to the level one floor plan and let's start creating a room. For that, I go to architectural menu and click on wall. And we have this basic wall, generic to 100 mm. That's okay for me, but I still edit it. I duplicate it and I start creating my room. Now this time I don't bother about the dimensions of the room. Let's create just first create the room and then let's edit the dimensions. Okay. Now our room is completed. Then I set this wall and we have this temporary dimensions. It's 15,000. And when I zoom a bit, I can see that the temporary dimension is aligned to the center of the wall. That's not the way I want it right now. So I double click on this grip and it's now aligned to the inside of the wall. And I do the same thing over the other end. And now I have my temporary dimensions in the way I want. And now I click on this dimension and I edit to 3,000. That means 3 meter is the length of my room. Now I select the other wall and I have this temporary dimension over here. As I did before, I click on the temporary dimension extension lines to get it aligned with the inside of the room. Now I go to the dimension and I change it to 1,800. That means that I want a room of width 1.8 meter because we are creating a bathroom. So this is my room and I select the old walls and I go to properties browser and I can see that base constraint level 1 and top constraint unconnected, and I change it to level 2, top offset 0.00. That's okay, no problem, because we want 3 meter deep walls. Okay, now we go to a floor to create a floor, and I take this floor architecture and we have this generic floor for 100 mm. So I click on this edit and I duplicate it and I change it to 100 mm. I want a 100 mm thick floor, and here I go for edit and I put 100 and I click on this OK, and I use this rectangle tool to create my floor. It's okay over here, and I click on this green arrow to finish the edge mode. Now let's go to our elevation. I go to east elevation, our flow. Here it is. Now let's copy to the other level. So I select the flow, then I go to here, copy to clipboard. Then I go to paste and I click on this little arrow over here. I have this drop down menu. From the I select this align to selector level. Here from this dialog box, I select level 2 and I click on this OK. Now you see, here it is. But there's a problem that the top level of the floor is aligned with the level 2, which is not the way we want. So I just select the flow and I go to the properties browser and I give here 100. That is the thickness of the floor. Now it is shifted to above the level line and it's okay. Now I again go to level 1 and we have this room over here. First of all, I'm going to create two sections. For that, I go to view menu and I take this section and I draw the first section. And again, I go to view menu and I draw another section like this. Okay. Section 1 and section 2. Now we go to architectural menu to create a reference plane that I go to and pick this reference plane tool, and from this midpoint, I create a reference plane. Let's extend to be to back. Now I select it and I put a name here, XX midline. So next we go to our default 3D view, and I click on this little arrow over here, and from this drop down menu I select this camera, and I fix my camera over here, and like this, and we have this 3D view. We have some grip over here. Holding the grip, I move upward to get an enlarged view like this, and I do the same thing over lower grip. Okay, this is our room in the camera view. Now we go to default 3D, and it's like this. And let's create a section box over here. For that, I go to my properties browser and I scroll down. You see that option to bring section box is over here. I check it and I can see my section box over here. And let's resize it like this. Okay, let's go to our level one. First of all, we're going to create a slab for a wardrobe top. I once again go to floor and select this architectural floor, and I edit this 100 thick slab. I duplicate it and I select here 60, that's 60 or 6 centimeter, and I click this OK, and then I edit and I change 60 here and OK. Then using the rectangle tool, I draw a rectangle over here, and then I pick this line and I change this temporary dimension to 600 and I enter, and it's okay over here, and then I click on this finish edit mode. Now we have a warning over here that says highlighted floors overlap. It's because that our new slab is happen to be in the level of our floor, so we have to give our slab a height offset. So let's do that. So I select the slab and I go to this properties browser and I change it height offset to 800, and I click on this apply. Now I go to my section 1. You see it's over here. Then I go to annotate and I take the aligned and I check this dimension is 740. Now again go to level 1, and this time I'm going to create a reference plane over here. For that I go to architecture menu and took this rough plane, and using this pick line option I give offset of 20 over here, and I pick this line and I extend this reference line to the right, and I give a name by clicking over here. I name it a wardrobe line. Now let's start to create the wardrobe. So first of all, go to the architecture menu and I select this. I go to this component, and from this drop down menu, I set this model in place. Then from this family category and parameters dialog box, I take this furniture and I click this OK, and this furniture one, that name is OK for me. So I click this OK over here. Then I go to extrusion commands, and I again take this pick line option, and here I provide an offset of 20 and I pick this line, and again I pick this line, and I hit my escape key 2 times, and I go to this line tool and I take it and I draw a line over here and then over here. Here we have extrusion and that is 25 centimeter. But earlier when I take the align dimension and take dimension, you see that height of the wardrobe is 740 so that's the value we have to put here. But for this time, I'm not putting any value over here. Let's see how can we change it later. So I click on this finish edit mode green arrow, and on this green arrow once again. And then I go to section 1, and we see here this is our wardrobe, and using this grip we can drag it to just below the slab. This is it. And now we go to section 2, and you see here this is our wardrobe, and if we select it and go to edit in place, and again we select it and then go to this extrusion, and we can see 740 because the distance between this plane and this plane is 740. Okay, now we have to create the wardrobe doors. So we go to section 1 first. So again we go to architectural menu, and from this components tool we take this model in place, and again we take the furniture, and this time I have this name furniture 2. I click on this, okay, that's okay for me this time. And I take this extrusion once again, and here I have to pick a plane. I have this reference plane wardrobe line. I select it and I click on this okay, and again I click this pick line tool, and I put an offset 10, that is 1 centimeter, and I pick this line, this line, this line, and this line, and then I put here 600, that means 60 centimeter. I select this line, I select this line, and then I put an offset of 10 over here. I select this line, I select this line, then I take this line tool and I put an offset of 210 over here, and I draw from here to here and from here to here. Then I take this offset, I give 10, I select this line, I select this line. Okay. Now I select this extend multiple element tool, select this line, these two you see, these two you see, the extensions are trimmed out. Select this line, these two you see, these two you see the extensions are trimmed out. Okay, take this tool and we fill this, fill that, fill that, fill that. I take this split element tool and select this point, this point, this point, this point. You can take it, this point, this point, this point, this point. You can take it, this point, this point, this point, this point. You can take it, this point, this point, this point, this point. Okay. Drag your mouse across and you delete all the fragments like this. All those line fragments are deleted. Okay. Now everything is fine, you see. Now I click on this green and over here, and here you see extrusion end is 250, but we want 20 thick door, so we give 20 over here, and now I click on this green and over here. Let's go to our section 2, and we see nothing over here. It's because that we extrude in the wrong direction. So I again go to section 1, I select this, I go to edit in place, then again I select it, and I go to extrusion end, that is 20 now. I put minus 20 and I click on apply, click on this green and over here. Now I go to section 2 and it's here. So I click on this green arrow to finish editing. Okay, you see here. Now let's draw a simple wash basin over here, a cylindrical kind of one. So I go to this architectural menu once again, and I go to model in place, and I select this plumbing fixture. Then I click on this OK. Here I have this name plumbing fixtures 1. That's okay for me, and I click on this OK. And I select the revolve, and I select XX midline because that reference line goes through the mid of the room. So I select it and I click on this OK. And I go to this section 2 open view. Using these tools under modify tab, I make a rectangle like this. Then I take this fillet arc tool. Then I put a radius of 25 Then I select this one and this one. And we have this radius 25. Then I select the offset tool. I put 5 mm. Okay. Now I select this trim and single element. Select this line and this one, and again this line and this one. Okay. Now I select this axis line. I click here. And when you see the rubber band, you click to define the end of your axis. And then you go the green arrow to exit the finish mode. And your bowl is created. Let's again click on this green arrow to escape from the edit mode. And you go to the default 3D view. You can see here. Okay. Now let's create a wall cladding. For that, we go to level 1, and we have our wall cladding on these three faces. Starting from this point, running all over these wall faces and ends at this point. Okay. I go to architecture menu. I pick the wall tool and I make a 10 mm thick wall. Properties browser over here. We have to edit something here. The base constraint level 1, and that's okay, but the base offset should be 800 because we want to start our wall from over this lab. And the top constraint, it is now unconnected. Let's change that to level 2, and that's okay. And here in this location line, the present one is wall center line. We don't want that. We have to select our finish face exterior, and I pick here and I draw my wall this way, but unfortunately it's coming to the inside of the wall. So I hit my space key to bring it to inside, and now it's okay. Now we have finished our cladding. You see it's here. Let's go to the 3D view. Now let's create a pipe. So we go to section 2 and we have to draw a pipe over here. So we go to architectural menu. From the component tool, we take this model in place, and from here we select this plumbing fixtures, and okay, we have this name plumbing fixtures 2. That's okay for me, and I click on this okay, and I select this sweep command, and I select sketch paths, and we have a work plane dialog box. From here I select this name and I select this XX midline, and okay. With the help of all those tools under the modify tab, I make a profile like this. Click on this green arrow over here to finish the edit mode. Go to this edit profile, and we have this section 1, select it and open view. Take the circle tool and draw a small circle of 12 mm radius. So let's take the offset tool and give here 2, that is 2 mm, and let's offset it and click on this finish edit mode, and once again tap on this green arrow, and our pipe is here. Let's go to our default 3D view. It's here, and once again tap on this green arrow. Now let's add a flange to the fixed end of this pipe. So go to the section 1 and go to architecture, components, model implies, and plumbing fixtures. Okay, okay, and take our extrusion, take a plane, and take this plane, and go to take this pick line option, click this line, then this line, and then take this offset command, put 40, that is 4 centimeter, and click on this finish edit mode. This extrusion is 250. Let's change it to 22 centimeter. Then tap on this green arrow over here. Now go to the 3D view. It's here. Now we move to the next thing. Now let's create a light bulb over here, so that we have to create another reference plane. So I go to level 1 once again, and I go to architectural menu. Then I select this reference plane option, and I take this big line and here this offset 300, and I select this wall. Okay, and I click this name over here, and I key light ball line. Okay, this is the name. Then I go to section 2, and I go to model place, and I click on this lighting fixtures. Okay, and this name is okay for me, so I click on okay again, and I select this revolve command, and I take this light bar line, and I click on this okay. Using those tools in the modify tab, I make this circle. Using trim extend single element tool, I slice the half, then I offset it 1 mm. Then take the split element tool and then cut the line at 2 points. Here, here, then this axis line, here to here. Okay. Then I draw the hanging wire. For that I go to architecture menu, model in place, lighting fixtures. Okay. Go to this revolve. I space the work plane as a light bar line. Then okay. I pick this pick line option, and I put 300 over here. Then I take the offset command. I put an offset of 1 mm. Then I close both ends like this, and then take the axis line, pick here, and pick the other end. Then hit on the screen arrow over here. Again hit on screen arrow over here. So okay. Let's go to a 3D view. Yeah, see here. Let's again go to our section 2. Let's create a hob over here and then over here. So go to our architecture once again. This is model in place, lighting fixtures. Okay. Once again, take the revolve. The plane is the same one, light bar line. Okay. Then I create this figure, which is to be revolved. Take this axis line. Okay. Finish. Again, we want a hob over here. So go to architecture again, model in place, lighting fixtures. Okay. Revolve once again. The same one, light bar line. Okay. And then with some of the drawing tools, I make this shape. Now let's join this and this, and let's erase this two segments and go to axis line. From here you start and you finish when you find the rubber band. Then you tap on this green arrow to finish the edit mode. Again click on the green arrow. Now it's okay over here. Now go to the default 3D view. See here. Now we have to create a mirror. For that, let's go to section 1 and see here. First of all, let's hide this wall, then this cladding. Okay. Go to architecture menu, components, model implies, furniture. Because in Revit, mirror is included in the furniture family system. So we click on this OK. It's OK. Then we go to this extrusion and pick a plane. Okay. Then I select this plane. Then I draw this figure on the plane I selected. Then I tap on the green arrow 2 times to finish the entire process. It's okay. Let's go to our section 2. What you see is very big. I don't want this much thickness. So let's either resize it using this grip, or we can go to this edit in place. Select this, and here we have this extrusion end. Put 15 there. That's 15 mm. Now you click on this green arrow and you go to section 1 and see here. Let's give a border, a casing to our mirror. So Again, go to architecture, component, model in place, furniture, extrusion. Go for pick a plane option. Take this plane, then this pick line option. With this line, this one, this one, this one, this one, this one, this one, and this one. Go to offset and put an offset of 10 millimeter and click on this finish edition mode and it's okay. Go to section 2 to see how it is. You see, you get a big one. I don't want this. Just take this grip and resize it to our mirror top. Now let's go to a 3D view to see how it is. And it's here. Let's go to the shader view. This is the end of this tutorial and thanks for watching. Goodbye.